Hey everyone, we're Red Donkey Projections. My name is Eric and we have Lucas as always.
Hey everyone.
Today is October 4th, 2020, and today we have one question that we're going to try to decipher. What the heck happened this week? So, as you know, a lot of things happened. One of the most questionable debates in modern history happened between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And after that, both of them came away saying we won. But then Donald Trump's main advisor, Hope Hicks, tested positive for coronavirus. And because she is so close to Donald Trump also got coronavirus, and he is now stationed in Walter Reed Hospital. So we're going to try to decipher all of that and talk about how does this impact the future.
And with that being said, let's get right into it. Let's first discuss the debate, all right? Objectively, this was the worst debate in history.
It's borderline not debate because it was a lot of back and forth. And as the moderator, Chris Wallace, said, I'm not really sure what the American people were able to take away from it other than just the pure mannerisms of each person rather than their content that they want to get across.
Exactly. And here's a recap of what happened in the debate. It was essentially questions being asked, and then most of the time, objectively, Trump kept interrupting Biden. And yes, Biden did interrupt Trump, but you have to admit that Trump did admit Biden a lot more than Biden interrupted Trump.
Correct.
I think the strategies I was seeing here in this debate was Biden was trying to like speak directly to the American people. Like several times, you saw him go to the camera and like face the camera and like directly say to the American people. That's what his strategy was. I think Trump's strategy initially was to kind of paint him as like a left-wing radical, but I do think that he did kind of fail with that because he first tried to say that Biden supported Medicare for all, which he doesn't, and he kind of proved that wrong. And it was like Green New Deal, and then Biden says, "No, I don't support the Green New Deal." I don't think his strategy worked that well. His other strategy, I have to admit, it did work pretty well with him aggressively interrupting him several times. Um, but I don't think that shows that he won the debate. And to be quite honest, this debate doesn't change much. The only people who don't know where to vote are the undecideds. And
Exactly.
Trump's aggressive performance, I don't think that attracted any swing voters. If anything, it attracted, I mean, sure, it motivated his base, but he has an incredibly strong base, which I don't think is going to really do much. Like, what do you think of that, Eric?
Yeah, so I think Joe Biden came to a little realization during the debate. If he comes across as a decent figure who just proposes his policy and responds to the questions, he will win the debate because as everyone knows, Donald Trump and Chris Wallace there was a lot of heated tension between those two people during the debate. And, Donald Trump was interrupting a lot. So as long as Biden just keeps his cool a little, he can come off as a decent person, and therefore he can seem like the more favorable candidate. So it's just a matter of, presentation that I think really changed how the debate went.
Right. And I think that Biden did win the debate. And I mean, it's not going to do much, obviously, because again, most undecided said that they like they don't care about this debate because it was a terrible debate. You couldn't hear anything that was happening. But according to all the polls that we've been seeing, except for I did see one Twitter poll, I believe, that did show Trump winning. I don't think that was really that credible considering that it was a Twitter poll. Um,
Mhm.
but
And
CNN,
also, oh
yep.
yeah, sorry, you can continue.
Yes, well, CNN's debate poll did show 60% saying Biden won, 20% Trump winning. CBS showed a closer one, 48 to 41. So I think people did view this one as a Biden win. And to be quite honest, I think this kind of happened because Biden overperformed, I mean, the Trump supporters' expectations. Trump has continued consistently to try to paint Biden as a terrible speaker, like
Yep,
very
Sleepy Joe.
senile,
He
like
forgets everything,
forgets writing everything,
Mhm.
Sleepy Joe. Like he uses all those terms to try to make him seem like such a bad debater that he ended up outperforming basically all the Trump supporters' expectations. And I think that
Mhm.
is part of why Biden did end up winning the debate according to the people.
And a huge turning point for specifically a lot of African Americans was when Donald Trump, in their view, refused to condemn white supremacy. When Chris Wallace blatantly asked, will you tell the American people that you condemn white supremacy? Some people think that Donald Trump kind of gave an iffy answer and he wasn't really concrete with his response. And, that infamous claim of stand back and stand by to the far right conservative group, the Proud Boys, that really enraged some African Americans. And that could have been the turning point of the debate. And Joe Biden was just like, say it, come on. And Donald Trump kind of hesitated a little. And that really enraged some African Americans. All over the news, people were talking about it. That was probably a big turning point.
Right, and I think that's it for the debate. The big point from this was, first of all, not going to have much impact, but second of all, I think Biden did win. But again, almost no impact. And discussing future debates, that gets to our next topic, which is, I guess, arguably the bigger topic and more important topic, is Trump getting COVID-19. Eric, why don't you start by talking about it?
Yep. So as I said in the intro, a bit of a shocking news article came up Thursday in the middle of the day. Hope Hicks, Donald Trump's main advisor, was tested positive for coronavirus. And this obviously kind of worried some people because, Donald Trump and Hope Hicks were together, they were campaigning together, they were flying together. So this was a huge concern for not only Donald Trump, but the First Lady. So Donald Trump gets tested at Thursday evening, and inevitably, he comes back positive with the coronavirus as well as Melania Trump. So this is a huge shocker to everyone. This is like Friday at 1 a.m. So he automatically quarantines in the White House, and Friday evening he is escorted to Walter Reed along with the First Lady to Walter Reed Hospital. And from there, it wasn't only Donald Trump and the First Lady, but Kellyanne Conway and other advisors to the president were also testing positive. And now people are very worried in the White House and whoever came to contact with him. And now Donald Trump is, on getting supplemental oxygen and taking different doses of medicine. And this essentially means that he's off the campaign trail. And Mike Pence, as Lucas was telling me, he's kind of filling in for Donald Trump. But the thing is, Joe Biden tested negative, and Jill Biden, his wife, also tested negative. And they're, of course, taking precautions. They gave their condolences to the president, but they're still campaigning in the blue wall. And they're still going on track, and they're traveling to all the Rust Belt states, which are the most important states, as we've emphasized. So I think this is our October surprise, where Donald Trump can't campaign anymore, while Joe Biden is just pushing through.
Yeah, that's correct. I do think that, if I remember correctly, Melania ended up not going to Walter Reed Hospital. I believe she stayed in the White House. Yeah, I think that's what happened, because I remember people were kind of confused by that. But I believe she didn't go to the hospital. But anyway, this is pretty shocking.
Yes.
And I think that Pence going out and campaigning for Trump right now is a terrible idea. If Trump, God forbid, were to become not able to do work as the president, the next person in line to succeed him is Mike Pence. So if Pence were to contract the virus and he can't, it's going to be a huge mess. That's what I'll say.
Yes.
A lot of high profile, senators, politicians have gotten the coronavirus.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, I can name a couple. Senator Mike Lee, Tom Tillis.
In North Carolina. Contested race there.
And also,
Ron Johnson in Wisconsin.
Yeah, Ron Johnson. There you go. Yeah, 3 GOP senators. And one effect of this is that it could end up delaying the Coney Barrett hearings, and also the voting potentially.
Yeah.
But wow, a lot of people, even our former governor Chris Christie, got coronavirus as well.
And he was the debate advisor and strategist for Donald Trump, and they were also in close contact, which makes sense as to why he would be able to get it. And one more thing I want to point out, on the debate, Donald Trump, of course, he was enacting his strategy, he was carrying through with it, and he was attacking Biden for wearing this huge mask even 200 feet away. And now he has the virus. So, of course, everyone is attacking him for being this hypocritical. And that was another huge, shocker for the
Mhm.
president that he got coronavirus, and especially after he attacked Joe Biden for taking precautions.
Right. And regarding the president's condition right now, we're actually still not too sure. I did see that he had a fever at one point. He was on oxygen, supplemental oxygen at one point. So we actually don't know too much. His doctor has said that he's doing pretty well and could get discharged tomorrow. Um, but we really don't know. We don't know a lot of information about what's exactly going on with President Trump at the moment.
Mhm.
And um, again, as Eric said, I'm going to reiterate again. This is terrible for him. We are 1 month, actually,
Less people, we
one
are
day
less
less
than
than
1 month
1 month.
away, surprisingly.
1 day less than 1 month from the presidential election. This is the what's the word? This is basically the home stretch right now,
Mhm.
and he can't campaign in this crucial month. That's going to be terrible for him.
Mhm.
Best case scenario for him, I don't know, he gets out within like 2 weeks, which I don't know if that's going to happen right now, but we'll wait and see.
Mhm. This can be considered the October surprise.
Right. And our next thing we're going to discuss is the other thing that we might also be considered to be the October surprise. This is the other part of the October surprise. Trump's taxes. We saw this. Actually, this came out a couple days before October started. I think it came out like last days of September,
Yep.
where we found out that Trump has paid no income tax for the last 10 of 15 years. And in 2016 and 2017, he paid $750 in income tax.
Yep.
$750. Um, okay, let me specify in federal income taxes. He paid other taxes, but in federal income taxes, that's all he paid.
Mhm.
And if you recall in 2016, he kept trying to hide his, tax returns. It was, if you don't know, it was a precedent for every president to release their tax returns, or
Mhm.
maybe not even president, maybe even presidential candidates. So, like, basically, everyone's released their tax returns except for President Trump, and people were quite suspicious about it. I remember a debate between Mike Pence and Tim Kaine. Tim Kaine was the vice presidential nominee for Hillary Clinton. He kept pressing Pence on when is he going to release the tax returns, and Pence said he's going to release the tax returns eventually. Well, clearly it didn't happen voluntarily. It actually got to the New York Times hands, and they were the ones who released the tax returns. Now, what impact could this have? First of all, as we said before, Trump has an incredibly strong base. It's a base that we've never seen any presidential candidate have ever before. So really, this will have basically no impact on them. But the people who this might impact are maybe the anti-Trump Republicans who are now considering voting for Biden. And it's also the independents. The independents is what decides this election, as basically a lot of the elections. And it's also the undecided voters. So this could potentially swing some undecided or independent voters to Joe Biden with all of this happening. All
Yes.
right, Eric, is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I'm just gonna sum it up real quick because a lot of information. So objectively, Donald Trump had better weeks. First thing that happened was, of course, the debate. His strategy did not work according to some people, and as a result, Joe Biden just had to keep his cool and state his policies, and therefore he would come off as a decent person, and Donald Trump came off kind of as this erratic figure. Fact number two, Donald Trump got coronavirus. He is off the campaign trail while Biden is campaigning in crucial states, and this could really delay his campaign, and especially in this time during the home stretch. Fact number three, people found out about his $750 in federal income taxes in 2016, 2017, and this could enrage some people, and this could be our October surprise package.
And October is just getting started. We could see some more stuff coming out
Exactly.
too. Um, all right, let's now discuss a couple more things here. So, what gave Trump the win in 2016 was obviously campaigning the Rust Belt. I think that if I recall this correctly, I don't remember where Biden is heading or where he went yesterday. It was in the Midwest, somewhere there. But I believe he's heading
Yeah.
to the states of Florida and Arizona these few days. I believe, is that correct, Eric?
I think so. Yeah, but so far he's campaigned in Duluth, and I think that's how you say that in in the Rust Belt, and he's been traveling by train and keeping precautions during his campaigning. So yes, he is campaigning in battleground states, more importantly.
Right, and again, this is a huge, not good thing for the president right now because this is again the home stretch, and he's unable to kind of do that campaigning with the fact that he has coronavirus and he's got to quarantine for 14 days at least.
Yep.
But anyways, that is the end of the video for today. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this episode, please hit the like button. If you like our content, please subscribe. We know that we didn't do an episode in a really long time, but we'll see you in our next episode whenever we get the chance.
See ya.